Hi everyone, it's Caitlin from Out of Wonder, and I'm back doing a plan with me in my Makselife for January 4th through the 10th. So I'm doing this a little bit different than in the week 53 or kind of your transition week. I tried it out and I think I just need to simplify some things. So I'm using this page kind of to set intentions or just overview goals for the week, I guess. So for personal, I just want to remember to slow down, really just be present. Sometimes I tend to take on way too much and rush things way too quickly. So for fun, I marked my Moxie Life check-ins. I want to make it fun that I'm doing this work and going after my goals and not something difficult. So that's just something that's a priority. So work is tagged because it's going to be a main focus this week. So just one day at a time. Really go slowly, slow down again. And it doesn't have to be perfect, it can be fun. So I need to give myself permission for that and just give myself permission to have things be fun in the classroom, that I know students learn better that way, and that they're going through so much stress. Well, a lot of them are going through a lot of stress right now, and so if they can have some fun in the classroom, that's going to make their lives a little bit easier and it's going to make learning easier. So that is my focus for work this week. So relations. So really overall, just have less. And the pandemic in some ways has forced this, but this week really just focusing on the self and small things. Most things are in good places. Family I feel good about. Friends, there's kind of limitations right now and that's okay. So my health. Goals for my health really are pretty simple. So drink water more often and then also get sleep. So I don't have a certain I need to drink this much water. This week is going to be kind of a tracking week for me to figure out quantities that I want for the rest of the month. So just observation, adding it in versus feeling deficient when I don't meet a goal isn't motivation that works for me. It shuts me down. So for me, I need to have accountability, but my accountability is through celebrating my successes and so just kind of focusing on it. So growth is personal growth, spiritual growth, is just adding in more reflecting and reflections and also just enjoying the first week of 2021. We did it. So that's not too much there. I also am going to go back with health and add in to observe triggers. So noticing when I'm triggered. Really the only thing I get super triggered about right now is I get really, really anxious sometimes and I don't realize it. And then my head's spinning and buzzing and I can't focus. And so just observing when that's happening and knowing it's temporary really can help me. So financials, so this week I'm doing a no spend. So my focus is on saving and then also doing my budget. And I know when work gets a little more stressful, like this week is going to be, or possibly will be, likely will be after break, I want to buy things like impulse buy, and so I'm going to try to gear away from that. So physical, so humidifier, remember to fill it and turn it on at night because that will make me feel better. And then also tidy, and then do my dishes midweek some point. So I don't make a ton of dishes, but usually I sometimes forget, and then it's like the weekend, and so I want to do like a midweek kind of check. Same with tidying. So I did some pre-planning on the side there for my actual spread, so that it's a little bit easier for me to just transfer things over and that I don't miss anything. So the one thing I'm really trying to do this year is focus on 5 main bullet points, or 6, and the one I accidentally put 6, but 5 or 6. If I have to add one in, I can do that. But just so I'm getting the stuff done and I'm more intentional with my time and I'm not over planning and then feeling bad about not doing things. Now I'm just not doing things, but I just don't feel, I don't feel guilty about it because they're not on there. So really just doing yet less. So most of the things will kind of repeat week to week, but for Monday, one thing I really need to remember is just to slow down and that there's going to be a lot of focus on work this week, and that's just how it is. That's just how this year is going to be, and it's really stressful. And so setting boundaries outside of my contract hours is helping, but I'm still feeling guilty and I'm still feeling behind. And so I think those are bigger problems with some of our work systems that we're seeing in general. But that's one where it's like I work really hard. I work my butt off during contract hours, during my lunches, and I still have all this stuff to do. Like, that's not a me working hard enough problem. That's like a bigger problem. So just slowing down, doing what I can do, and some of it sometimes just being like, there's just not enough time, and so or enough people doing the work. It's that's a problem. But other things I'm going to be focusing on are ML check. So ML check, of course, is Makselife checks. So checking in every day, going through each of those habits and then my intentions and making sure I'm staying true to those, and then drinking water, sleep and humidifier, and then morning paragraph. So kind of like morning pages, but morning paragraph every day. So Tuesday, the only thing different is making sure, not stressing about work, making sure I'm ready to go, but bills, electric and utilities, I'm going to pay. Wednesday, same thing, so morning paragraph, ML check, water, sleep, and humidifier. And then Wednesday, my focus is on grounding and anxiety. So each day I have a different focus. So like Tuesdays is kind of financial. That's my number one priority. Like, if I have to do something when I get home, what am I going to do? I'm going to knock that out and then do the other things as I feel. And really, that's just because a lot of the days I'm just going to be exhausted, and I know that. And then I'd rather get up early and get work done in the morning than feel the stress of it. So it just kind of helps me not seeing work on here, knowing I'm going to have to go, an hour early into work just to do it and get through it. But, so grounding and anxiety is Wednesday, so maybe that's yoga, maybe that's reading, maybe it's listening to music, something, but that's the focus Wednesday. Thursday, so ML check, morning pages, water, sleep and humidifier. And then, the only thing that's different is dishes. So dishes, going to knock those out on Thursday. So Friday, end of the week, and we have morning pages. We have ML check. And then I put LPs, or lesson plans, for next week. So that's one thing, if I ever have like work meetings or things like that. If they're like after school, I guess, I like them in here. Otherwise, they'll just go to my work to-dos. But LP next week, I want to get those in as soon as I can so I don't stress about it over the weekend. Water, sleep and humidifier. And then Saturday, plan with me and intentions. And then grocery shop. And then school prep on Sunday. And some of those I might switch around depending on how I'm feeling, depending on the weather, depending on my mood and my health. So I'm dealing with chronic sinus issues right now, and so that's one thing that's kind of been stressful is I get exhausted throughout the week. I'm so exhausted just with work and pandemic and everything, and then I kind of get to the weekends and crash, and my health is something that I need to take care of because that will affect so much of the rest, and they're all intertwined, but that's when I just need to like take care of myself and try to work with the food I'm eating and the pressure I'm feeling and my stress. And so some things kind of change around depending on that. That's why I added the note this week is be kind to self, easy dinners. So if I can do a little bit easier prep multiple night things, I think that will help quite a bit. And then here's a view so you guys can see it all done, what it looks like. And then I have the habit tracker down below, of course, so I can check into those categories each day. And then my kind of intentions I can go back to, and my goal feeling cultivation. So when I really need to like reflect and feel what I want in my goals, I can do that. So this is the journal I'm using for my morning pages. It is by Lavender, and I really like it. The pages write really well. And then this is what I use for my dailies. So amplifies, kind of snaps in. Of course, I was having a disaster when I filmed this, trying to get it to fit in, so it just kept falling out. But it does fit in if I can get it on the right spacing and do it. This was not on the actual clips, this is on me. But anyways, have a good week, guys. I'll see you next week. If you need to subscribe or want to, feel free to do that below. But have a good week. Happy New Year. Bye.